Do you know what one of the biggest regrets that people have when asked when they are laying on their deathbed? I know that's a really morbid topic, but the answer wasn't what I expected. And I wonder if it's what you were expecting too. So my name's Nikki Butler. I'm also known as the Autistic Joyologist. And this research isn't new. I think it was around 2015, and there was a nurse that shared the top 5 regrets that the people that she was caring for as they were coming to end of life shared with her. And I'd always been led to believe, or I'd always believed, that the biggest regret people had was that they'd worked too much, they didn't spend enough time with their loved ones. And whilst that was in there, it wasn't the biggest regret. And the biggest regret that people had when asked was that they hadn't lived a life that was true to themselves. That really, really hit me so hard as someone diagnosed autistic and ADHD in their mid-40s that had literally led their life on that point on other people's terms. So figuring out what I should be doing or what other people expected of me or wanted from me, to read that research and discover that the biggest regret that people had was that they hadn't lived a life that was true to them. They hadn't lived on their own terms, and they'd just done what was expected of them or what they felt they should be doing. It actually felt like a real gift to read that research again now and think, I'm just not gonna show up and compromise myself and sacrifice who I truly am anymore based on living a life of other people's expectations and living up to the shoulds. I don't know if that answer surprises you, because it really did me, but it really resonated very deeply as somebody that since post-diagnosis has worked so hard to truly get to understand my neurodivergence, to think about the life I want to lead, and to essentially stop doing life in hard mode. And I wonder what it might be like for you to think about that as well. And just on that note, that word should, like, how many of us have lived our lives based on what we feel we should be doing or is expected of us, and is part of the societal expectation of this is what a successful or happy life should include or look like. And I wonder how far removed that is from living a life that you want. And that's something that I still think about on a daily basis, and I still very much process what do I want to be doing? What's important to me? What are my values? Where do I want to show up in what way? And where can I add some value and something really special to other people's lives? Now, on that note, your worth is not wrapped up in what you give to other people. It's just the way that I look at things, in that I want my own life to be really rich and fulfilling and rewarding, and also to feel like I've left a positive impact on the lives of others. It's the reason I show up as the Autistic Joyologist and why I do what I do. And thinking about the things that you want to do and doing them in a way that really is true to who you are, so that you can be authentic in how you're showing up, where you're showing up. And that's really the beauty of that uniqueness. You know, you can step away from doing what you feel you should be doing or what others are telling you should be doing, and you can do the things that you want in a way that feels good for you, because actually that is where you are going to make a difference, whether it's in your personal life, your social life, or your professional life. When you step out and do things in a way that is truly connected to who you are and makes you feel good and is authentic, you're going to have deeper connections with other people. You're going to have more of an impact, and you're going to connect with people in a completely different way. That has a huge impact in terms of your work, your professional life. You know, if everybody did things the same way, we'd never have innovation, we'd never have change. And I really think there's an opportunity to think about how we can do things differently, how we can bring our unique selves into all areas of our lives and do things the way we want to do them, in a way that feels good for us. So we can step away from all of these shoulds that essentially leave us with that feeling of unease anyway. If you're doing something based on what you feel you should be doing, as opposed to something that feels authentic or real for you, you're going to feel that cognitive dissonance. You're going to feel that unease that your actions don't quite match your beliefs or your values or what feels good for you. And so I think that with the research in mind, that shows that the number one most common regret for the elderly as they were passing was that they wished they'd led a life more true to themselves and on their terms. So I'm going to leave that with you to think about how you might start to live life on your terms, how you might step away from other people's shoulds or societal shoulds and step towards things that you want in a way that feels great for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on this. As always, you can drop a comment below the video, reach out on socials, or drop me an email, hello@autisticjoyologist.co.uk. I hope you have a great day.